G'day everyone, welcome back to Tom's Brook Farm. Today's mission is these tanks. It's a windy and hot day, so I apologise if the sound is a bit windy, but we are going to try and remove these tanks, and we're going to try and put on the new ones, get them mounted back up here. So let's crack into it. So what we're going to need first off, we're going to need a shovel to remove this this gauge here, and there's some lifting hooks on the top. So we're going to then lift over the, oh there you go, you might be able to see the hook just there. So it's a tiny little hook. We're going to then lift it just from the back first, because we need to drain whatever little bit of liquid is left in here, because yeah, we won't be able to lift it, it'll break the tank. Get it all out, and then we'll be able to hook onto all 4 lifting points and then lift the whole tank off. Let's hope it's that easy. We have removed the side gauge. We've hooked our chains onto the back end there, and now we're going to try and lift it up and drain that water out. Hold up, go down. Okay, crowd now. Yep, alright, now go up. Hold there! So we've got it off the ground. Now we're going to get all this liquid that is in there, and we're going to put it into the container here. In that tank there was basically 400 litres of Flexi-N, so that's nearly 600 kilos or something, so it's made it a lot lighter for us to lift that out. So we're going to drop that down, hook onto those other 2 lifting lugs, lift her up and move her out the way. Go backwards. Yep, you're good, you're clear now. Apart from it being a little bit on the angle, it hasn't been too bad. It looks structurally in town sound, which is good. Which is, what is going on back there? So we'll get this one down over here, do the exact same of what we did to that next one, and then after that we'll go and get those other tanks, chuck them on and set them in place. Now for tank 2. Are you clear, George? Righto. Hold there for now. stopped, we've filled the shuttle up, so there's a lot more in this one than what there was in the other one. So we're just gonna get we've got another one of these in the shed there, so we'll grab that and then continue on decanting. Finally got that tank empty. So she was this wasn't empty when we started, but there would have been about nearly 900 litres in that one compared to 400 litres in the other tank. But we've got it all out, and now we'll hook on the other two chains, lift her up, move her out the way, and we'll go over and grab those other tanks. Come forward a little bit. Huh? Cracking. No? Alright, lift up. Oh man. Keep going. Just go back at that. Those tanks are down. Now to go and get the other ones. Whilst those two are hooking that one up, I'll explain why it is that we've switched over the tanks. So this here is 3-inch, and the other old tanks, they're 2-inch, and the boom spray is 3-inch. All our pumps are 3-inch, all our trucks are 3-inch. So essentially what it was creating was we can't suck out of the 2-inch tanks directly with the boom spray because it cavitates too much and the pump won't take it. So we're having to go into a 2-inch adapter to 3-inch into our 3-inch pump, and then just pump it nice and slowly into the tank, into the truck. And essentially it was a long time to fill a truck up. And yeah, they're getting on in age, so we've upgraded. So now we've got the 3-inch, and yeah, it'll be a lot quicker, a lot better. This is more, so this is these are 50,000 litres, whereas the other ones were only 40. So yeah, we'll have more storage. We've got a 3-inch taps, it's gonna be quicker, more efficient. And those other tanks, I'll move them down to the other dam there, and we'll have a spray point, which will be good. You've got them even. Well done. Forward. We got it in. Number one is in, and it worked out beautiful. The other tank is actually just that little bit bigger, so we haven't had to do any maintenance or moving around or leveling of the pad, which is just fantastic. That doesn't normally happen in farming, but there you go, it's happened. So what we'll do is we're going to get the chains off, and then we'll get a pallet with the forklift, and we'll just get underneath the tap there. We're just going to push it slightly forward in, so it's in just that little bit more. And then that's tank number 1 done. We'll go and grab tank number 2 and do the exact same. And they're both in. So now the guys are just going to push these tanks just a little bit further back because they're obviously hanging out a bit too far, and as you can see we've got plenty of room out the back to come back, so we'll do that. And then we also need to put in our sight gauges, so we've got 2 poles over there that get hooked onto this. You just dig them in the ground, and then that way you got your sight gauge. So yeah, they're going to do that. I'm going to go and catch up with the bricklayer. He's down at the house doing some bricks, so I need to go catch up with him. And yeah, our next job will be at some point get them down to the dam, but we've got to get a pad there first. All completed. Push back in line. The sight gauge mast is on. So now I just got to clean up all our stuff that we used, and then Henry is getting ready to go spraying either tomorrow morning or the next day. So we've got to get the water truck onto the Freightliner, the water trailer onto the Freightliner. We get the Shepherd up here so we can start loading that with chem, and Kate's dropping off some chem a bit later on. So yeah, we'll get into that. I need a second truck, so while Henry's going to be spraying, he's obviously going to need the Freightliner on there for water. But I need well, obviously I'm going to wait for Henry to finish spraying, but then we need to hook onto the Howard Porter there and go and cart some sand to do a tank pad for those Flexi-N tanks. And then we also need to start picking up all those rocks that I graded off of that road. So the old truck's going to be a bit busy for the next couple of weeks. This is our sprayer water tender, you could call it. So there's 6 sections, it's an old fuel trailer obviously, and we haven't cut the sections in between, so we fill each individual section so we can get it as full as possible. So that's all 4-inch. So we have a 4-inch hose here on the fill up pump. So 4-inch to 4-inch, and then when Henry goes to spray, it's currently hooked up at the moment, and we just use a 3-inch reductor. Simple. Hooked on and pumping. and that takes roughly about 23 to 26 minutes to fill. Henry's getting his chem truck all nice and full. You try and plan the chem shed breezeway to how you need it, but the weeds that Henry's going to go and spray is flea bane, and it's just got that a little bit too big for us to hit with Roundup, so we're hitting it with gramoxone. So unfortunately it means that he's had to take everything out of the shed in order to get to it, which is just a pain. It's a pain. And George is over here giving Manny a much needed clean after all the gypsum and lime spreading. Henry's all fueled up and ready to roll, so I'm going to grab the Freightliner. I'm going to get the Freightliner and his boom spray down there, and we're just waiting on Kate for another chemical to come before we can get the Shepherd down, but we'll get that down later on this afternoon. Parked up, and we'll bring the Shepherd in here, and then Henry just sucks straight in like that. Whilst we're down here, we thought we'd come down and get the roller ready to go, because it needed to be cleaned out in the front. So I cleaned all the stuff that was all the old beehive that was in the cab. We've had some new bees move in, so it's a rolling beehive. But tomorrow's job will be trying to roll that road with some bees. The ute is up to about 1200 hours now, so we need to change the oil and also the fuel filters. So that's what we're about to do. We've got the bonnet up, we got the oil there, and then we've got 2 fuel filters on that side to do. Filter change time. Okay, now oil and fuel filters all changed, so that's all done. So yeah, we'll leave that there, and we'll leave the video there as well. So if you guys enjoyed it, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.